It has been 5 years since lawyer and businessman Nanfa Yakubu died of cancer on June 2018, leaving behind his wife Moji and 2 children. 1 year after his death, Moji Yakubu founded the Nanfa Yakubu Widows Foundation to honor his memory and serve disadvantaged widows in society by empowering them with funds and other social needs. The foundation has since empowered not less than 200 widows every year since its inception in 2019. Family, friends, and well-wishers are gathered to celebrate his life and the achievements of the Nanfa Yakubu Widows Foundation. This year, 100 widows were empowered with a total of 25 million naira. With tears and emotions, Moji Yakubu counts her blessings as she recalls the journey that led to birthing the foundation.
My husband kept praying. He kept prophesying. He kept telling me that dry bones shall rise again, and all that we lost shall be restored. And I held on to that. After he passed, I lost the will to live. I lost the zeal to revive our businesses. The means was there, don't get me wrong. When the healing period was over, I began to think of widows that are suffering what I suffered. I had the means, but I didn't have the will and the zeal. How much more a widow out there who does not have the will, the zeal, and the means? Then I embarked on this mission with a vision to found a foundation through which vulnerable and disadvantaged widows could achieve financial stability and self-sufficiency. So Nanfa Yakubu Widows Foundation was birthed in 2019, 1 year after my husband passed on. And that year we solicited for financial assistance from people, but the response then was abysmally poor. It was so disappointing. And I went back to God. You gave me this vision. Help me to run it. I will not go to anybody from this year on to run this foundation. I will not use solicited fund to run this foundation. I will use my own money, but don't stop blessing me. I had some money that came in that time. I sold everything into the lives of disadvantaged widows. They called me 6 days after, I can't forget, that the money that was frozen in the US had been unfrozen. I can never forget. Pain can bring gain. Sometimes life hits you, but it's either promotes you or demotes you.
Among dignitaries at the event include immediate past Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Muhammad, Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Mrs. Noimot Oyedele, and Deputy Chief of Staff, Ogun State, Dr. Oluwatoyin Taiwo.
Your coming here today is just not to come and marry, just not to come and drink and eat, but to take away something that the life that you touch leaves you happy and happy forever. That the people that you have the strength, the power to be able to touch, please do well in trying to do that. Exactly what will happen today. And I want to round up by telling us that it's always good to empower the widows by offering our emotional support. It's not enough just to wail or cry when it happens. How do you support them? How do you make life to be more meaningful to them? How do you make them not to feel as if the misfortune that have happened to them because they are the worst person on planet Earth? We do this, one, by making sure that we have empathy. We don't pray for such to happen to any other person. We pray for long life and prosperity for each and every one of us. But let's have the listening ability. Let's have the power to be able to influence them positively. Let's encourage them. Let's assure them that what they are passing through, they are not there alone.
The foundation also rewarded 3 non-governmental organizations with plaques and 500,000 naira each for their various services to the plight of women, young girls, and vulnerable people in society.
Honestly, I'm very grateful for the award because I didn't even know that there was going to be an award. I was just invited and I brought, some of the widows on my platform with me for them to be empowered today. But what the society can do is the stigma surrounding widowhood, it needs to end. We have very evil traditions that don't, help the mental health of widows. When an old woman loses her husband, people are like, okay, maybe she's old. But when a young woman loses her husband, they think something is wrong with you. They start asking you questions like, do you have a spiritual problem? Do you have a lot of widows in your family? Did you kill your husband? A lot of young widows are accused of killing their husbands. I mean, people die every day, and why do they have to be the ones to get the blame? And young widows need support. There's not a lot of support for young widows, and it's not just throwing them a bag of rice at the end of the year. Their mental health, they need therapy. A lot of them are suffering from high blood pressure. Because of the trauma, the financial challenges, becoming a single parent all of a sudden. I have 3 children, and I found that I was pregnant with my 3rd child 2 days after my husband passed. So imagine the stress having to take care of all those children. There needs to be more empathy. Young widows are a demographic. There are a lot of us, even more than the old people. So they need support. They really do.
I'm 6 years in the journey. Of course, I'm sure you know what I mean by that. Okay, and so a friend reached out to me concerning this organization, this NGO, and I was initially skeptical because usually I do not like attending programs of sort because it brings back memories, bad memories. But I decided to give it a try, and I'm glad I have, because so far, speaking with the founder, she's an amazing personality, and she gave us a great deal of warmth and made us to come out here today. And I'm happy that I am a beneficiary, and I congratulate myself and all other widows who are equally out here today.